We're going to go over what the beatsync does, the tempo slider does, and I'm just going to show you in general how to mix on the Pioneer DDJ FLX4. So we're going to go over the fundamentals, which is the difference between a kick and a snare. So first off, here is an example of a kick which has more of a bass sound. Here's the kick again, and again. And the snare is more of a high frequency sound. So here's an example of that. So one more time the kick, and then the snare. So basically what mixing is getting the kick and snare to match on channel 1 and then on channel 2. So in order to do that, you got to match the tempos, which there are a couple ways to do that, but I'm going to show you more of the old school way, which is training your ear to get the kick and the snare lined up. So the reason why you want to do that is because Serato's beat grid system is never 100%. You are going to nudge the platter left or right or forward or backwards to get the kick and snares lined up eventually. So just training your ear is an overall good practice into learning how to DJ mix. So it is 100% recommended. So here's the old school way. So what I'm doing is I'm scratching the kick on channel 2 to channel 1 so it matches up. I'm adjusting the tempo fader to either go slower or faster depending on the situation. You can see that I'm touching the platter to nudge it forward or backward because I'm hearing that it's not lined up. And I'm just doing these little adjustments based on what I'm hearing to match the kick and snares. So right about here I get the kick and snare lined up, and you can hear it kind of blends well together even though the keys are not necessarily compatible. So we're going to start this over to reset the tracks. And another way you can do it, which is the easy way, is the beatsync button. This will automatically match the tempo of the opposite deck. So because I'm pressing the second deck, it's going to match the tempo of deck 1 on the left. So a disadvantage of pressing the beatsync button is that if you are a beginner DJ and you do not know how to do it manually, you will come into situations where it is off even though the tempos are the exact same numbers. So I highly recommend that you learn to do it manually, because you have to train your ear to make those micro adjustments when you're live in the mix and it just kind of sounds off. So I'm going to scratch in the track. So for the most part it sounds pretty on sync. So nothing going on here, but then sometimes the kick and snares will drift and you're going to have to make these adjustments. So right there, that's a little adjustment. It makes it a little bit tighter. So overall right now it's sounding pretty good. The kicks and the snares are aligned. It sounds pleasing to the ear even though the keys are off. And that's basically how to blend it in. So in conclusion, there's two ways to do it. You can use the tempo slider to either slow down or speed up the BPM so that they match each other, or you can press the beatsync button. But my high recommendation is to kind of just ignore all the information around you and listen with your ears and make those adjustments so that when Serato's beat grid is not 100%, you know what you're doing as far as nudging the platter up or down to speed it up or slow it down. So when it comes time and it's guaranteed to happen, you just have a muscle memory of what you're doing when it's time to align the kick and the snares. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out by either comment or direct messaging me. Thanks.